Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I am Josh, and today we are tasting completely blind. We have no clue what is in the sample jar, but it was drawn from a whole bunch of samples that were poured in a pool and keyed.
Yes.
At random. So
well, they weren't keyed at random.
Right, they're not keyed at random, but
they were keyed and we pulled the bottle at random.
That's what we did. And it could be almost anything, although it is in a clear jar, so we know it's bourbon or rye, but you will quickly see that we don't know what this could be.
We don't know what we're talking about. That's what you'll see.
We just have to go with the number on the bottom of it. We're tasting blind to give you the most honest opinions possible, separate and apart from any labels or hyper bias. We do tastings like this every single week over here, so if you like that sort of thing, think about joining the channel. We also do some conversational content on Tuesdays, but Mondays and Thursdays are always for blinds. So we'll get into this, tell you what we think about it, give it a rating, then we'll see the price as part of the reveal and see if that changes how we feel before we find out the bottle on the nose. Okay.
Smells good.
It smells standard.
Yeah, there's like nothing that jumps out like either good or bad. It just smells regular, which in my opinion is a good thing.
Yeah, just as the little one says around here sometimes, just be regular.
Just be regular.
Yeah. Usually she says that to me because I'm being not regular.
You're a little extra sometimes.
Yeah, this almost smells to me like it's a rye and like it's kind of a sweet forward, kind of like candied, fruity, sweet rye.
So I got that too, but I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah.
Do you know why I thought that?
No.
Sometimes you know why I get things on whiskey that I don't know.
Yeah, it's just doing the channel for so long. Yeah. Sometimes you have a familiarity with a smell.
Yeah.
I
think because it's like a candied smell. Like it smells sweet in not a caramel way. It smells sweet in a candied way, like a candied something way.
Yeah.
You know?
Little like candied red artificial flavor.
Yeah.
A little maybe spearmintiness in there as well. But that's what it smells like. Pretty good, candy sweet forward. Let's get it on the palate and see.
Wow. Kind of went up the back of my nose a little bit. But like after I drank it.
Yeah. Man, so we warmed up. We always warm our palates up before we start recording videos just because it helps us to taste something that we know very well to ensure that our palates aren't perceiving that as being weird. Always a good idea to have a little something that you're familiar with.
I have thoughts, and if you don't hurry, I'll forget them.
I was just saying, go ahead. I'll come back around.
Finish.
I was just going to say that we warmed up with Knob Creek 9-year, so that's 100 proof Jim Beam bourbon. I don't know whether this is bourbon or rye. I don't know what proof this is. This pour has got me completely confuddled.
Yeah. And if you're new to the channel, I wasn't trying to be rude to Josh. I will forget my specific notes pretty quickly if I don't like say them right away. Oh gosh, hold on.
You forgot them already? Mm-hmm. You're doing too much explaining. Mm-hmm. Some people have in the comments said, you guys explain a lot. And it's because sometimes people are new here, they haven't seen the channel, or we're trying to give some tasting tips.
Yeah, okay. So it went up my nose. I said that the first time. And then it's not as sweet on the palate as it was on the nose.
Agreed.
And also it's giving me chlorinated pool water vibes.
Okay. And
I think part of that was because it did go up my nose. Like chlorine pool water. But it's good. It's not as sweet as I expected it to be, which I don't know if I like that. I don't know.
I wonder if you got some kind of like medical issue, like a deviated septum or something. Like this whole up your nose with the whiskey thing. Like the only time I ever have liquid go up my nose.
I just swallow wrong.
That's weird though. Like the only time I ever have liquid go up my nose is if I'm laughing while I'm drinking, and then it's like, as a kid you have milk come out your nose or something. But yeah, never up the nose. Now, the sensation of like carbonation or things like that kind of, that's, is that what you're talking about maybe?
I don't know. I just felt it in the back of my nasal passages.
Interesting.
Like, it didn't go up my nose, but I felt it like right here, but inside, like at the top of my throat, but in my nasal area.
Well, if you have that sensation ever when you're drinking whiskey, let us know in the comments below.
I don't get it often, but sometimes I do.
You get it a decent bit.
I get it sometimes.
Yeah. Do you get it with things that aren't whiskey?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't get it enough to pay attention.
Okay. Fair enough. So this, to me, I still don't know if it's a bourbon or a rye. Seems like it might be a very sweet rye or maybe a high rye bourbon. That's the impression that it gives. Not trying to guess, just letting you know what you could expect out of this if you were trying it yourself or thinking about buying a bottle. It tastes pretty good to me. Tastes not as sweet, to your point, on the palate as it did on the nose. It's a little less candied on the palate, a little bit more, honestly, it feels a bit more mature on the palate. And I'm getting a nice bit of sweet oak to go along with the kind of fruity cherry red, not necessarily the flavor of cherry, but like an artificial red, spearminty type of sugary sweetness on the palate. I really like the oak on here. I like the length of the finish for what seems to be something around the 100 proof or less point. I find it to be enjoyable for what it is. Probably not something I'm going to reach for all the time because I tend to like that pocket of classic bourbon a little bit more than this, but this to me is coming across pretty nice.
So I think this is good. What's surprising me about this is that the finish is surprisingly lingering for something that doesn't seem very spicy, doesn't seem very high proof. And I feel like the finish actually is more spicy than like the entire experience of drinking the pour, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like the lingering finish is actually a little bit more tingly than anything else leading up to that.
Yeah. This to me is kind of the perfect example of what I would maybe call a background whiskey. Like throw it in a rocks glass. Yeah. I would not do ice, but you could if you wanted to. Throw it in a rocks glass and just sip on it while I'm cooking dinner or while we're watching a movie.
This would hold up well to ice.
I don't think so, but some people just really like cold whiskey. Yeah. We don't like cold whiskey.
Yeah.
So yeah, this to me is kind of the very definition of that. Just generally sweet, enjoyable, nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
Nothing remarkable in the glass, but just pretty good for what it is. Feels like it should be a $30 or $40 bottle to me at the absolute most.
Yeah.
You have a rating?
Yeah, I'm going to give it just okay, just because it's not necessarily, to your point, it's not in my preferred flavor profile. It's not bad. And if someone offered me a pour of it at their house, I would gladly accept it. Or maybe if I'm feeling like having something that maybe is a little bit lower proof than what I would typically go for in a restaurant, I would get a pour of it. But I don't necessarily have to own a bottle of it. So that's why it's getting just okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go just okay as well. I do like it, but the more I sip it, the more simplistic it's getting, the more it's kind of flattening out. I do like the finish on it. I think if there's anything that's noteworthy about the pour, it would be the fact that the finish does linger around for quite a while.
I agree.
But other than that, not really a remarkable pour, but a very enjoyable pour. So if you're looking for something that you can just throw in a rocks glass and enjoy, or if you're the type of person who really enjoys those easygoing pours, this might be for you. Find out the price and see how we feel about that before we find out what we're drinking.
If this is an inexpensive bottle, I would say this would be a good BOGO to drink neat and also put in cocktails.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So that's something to note if depending on the price.
Very good point. Good cocktail whiskey for sure with the way the finish is. So this is number 63 in our key.
Oh, I saw what it was, but the price is $20.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I might be thumbs up on it at that.
At that price, again, I do feel like it would be...
I'm going thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'm going thumbs up.
The value is there. So while the whiskey didn't initially blow us away, why we do this price thing is to see if the value is there, because we want to know, we want to feel confident telling you we'll spend our money on it, so maybe you can know if you want to spend your money on it. That's why we do the second rating system once we find out the price. So on the value, I'm giving it thumbs up. It's $20, and I stand by what I said. You could drink this neat, or you could put it in a cocktail and use it as a mixer, and it would not be money wasted.
Yeah, I'm thumbs up as well. I thought it could be $30 or even $40. So the fact that it's half of what I thought the max price should be means tremendous value. And I personally do like having a bottle of something like this around so that I can have something to sip on while I'm making dinner or something like that on the weekends. Great pour for that. Great movie background whiskey.
Yeah, you did say background.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like it. Enjoyable, easy sipper. What are we drinking?
It is Jim Beam Repeal Batch.
Oh. Wow.
It just says batch.
Okay.
It doesn't have a batch. It just says batch.
Repeal Batch. That's the name? That's the label.
It's not like a batch number?
No.
Oh,
just
okay.
Jim Beam Repeal Batch.
It's 86 proof. Which
it drinks really nice for that.
It drinks about 100 proof, I would say. Maybe, what?
You know what's funny is we warmed up with Knob Creek 9-year, which is 100 proof Jim Beam distillate.
Interesting.
Jim Beam bourbon. And Knob Creek has its own little thing that they do as far as the way it's aged or the mash bill or whatever they do to Knob Creek stuff. This also Jim Beam.
Lower
lower proof?
I didn't pick up that it was that much lower proof than the Knob Creek. I do want to say that this is a sample that was sent to us thanks to Joe and Jess Carter. So thank you guys for this.
Yeah, Joe and Jess, thank you. They're a big fan of some of the like lower proof Jim Beam offerings, especially more of the vintage stuff. They have purchased a lot of that over the years at Revival near Cincinnati. But yeah, this is the type of bottle that you could buy, stash back in the cupboard, and break it out in 30 years, 20, 30 years, and compare it to Jim Beam 20 or 30 years from now. And see, it's a low entry price bottle. I don't even know if they make it anymore. Future us from a few minutes ahead of now, cutting in because we finished the video and we looked up some more information on Jim Beam Repeal Batch. Found out it's a limited time offering from 2022. So we the thought never crossed our mind that a $20 bottle would be a limited time offering.
Yeah.
But Jim Beam is wont to do this. They've recently dropped Winter Reserve over the last year that people have talked about being a very good pour. So maybe some of these Jim Beam limited time offerings that are inexpensive are worth checking out.
I think that's the key takeaway. Is maybe the lower price Jim Beam special offerings are worth the lower trying, and it's a lower cost of entry.
Yeah, I mean, skip the white label, skip a lot of the Jim Beam stuff in my book, but maybe some of this stuff is worth checking out. And, as much as we lament high-priced, hard-to-get limited time offerings, the fact that Jim Beam is still bringing stuff like this to the table regularly is kind of cool, and they should get some props for that. So we're going to give them their just dues. Let's get back to the video and the discussion. For the price, Jim Beam has their white label that is one of the most popular bourbons in the world by volume.
What's the price on that?
$15 or $20.
Okay.
This strikes me as markedly better than that.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've had white label and it is not really something I'm going to drink neat.
Gotcha.
At all.
Okay.
And this could be easy sipping.
Yeah.
So very fun. Always good to find like easygoing budget pours that you can just buy for cocktail usage and also for dual duty easy sipping, like we said.
You can feel good about pouring neat for someone, especially if you have someone who does not like higher proof whiskeys.
Yeah, this would be a great addition to the cupboard.
Which I think sometimes those are harder to find, like good quality, low proof that has decent to good flavor. And when you find them, especially if they're priced well, I say snag them. If that's something that either you don't like higher proof or you have a lot of friends that come over that don't like high proof. Yeah. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. And if you don't like bias and you like this unbiased take on how we do whiskey tastings and reviews over here, think about subscribing to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, please. That helps us a ton.
It does.
Costs you $0. Also, you can check out shirts like this at stuffandwhiskey.com. Yeah. And you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/stuffandwhiskey, where you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month, get some behind-the-scenes stuff, some additional live streams that we do privately over on Patreon. $5 gets you in our Discord tier, where people are helping people find bottles, sharing samples, talking whiskey. Literally all day. I can barely keep up. I have a job. I don't know how all of our people are on there so much, but they're on there doing their thing all the time, and I love dropping in there. It's a great time. Great community to be a part of. Yeah. And then the $10 and up tiers are our barrel club. So when we go to distilleries and do barrel picks, like we just released a Knob Creek pick recently from Jim Beam, and I'm sure we'll do another Jim Beam pick at some point, but we go to these distilleries, we taste barrels, we put our mark of approval on them, find the best barrel we can possibly find, and then we make it available to our Patreon crew that, because of their support, we're able to continue doing barrel picks. Yep. And yeah, it's a great thing. And then if it doesn't sell in the $10 tier, it'll go down to the $5 tier and the $1 tier. Yep. So you might even get access there, or even as a free member. You can check that out as well on Patreon. So check it out all over there. Everything's in the description below.
Sweet. Is that it?
That's it.
You said all the things?
All the things have been said.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for watching our video today. Be good to each other, and until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Man, I can't believe I didn't even detect it was Jim Beam.
I don't know what Jim Beam tastes like. Like, I know they're supposed to be a certain flavor, but I did pick up that it wasn't very sweet. And you have told me that the lack of sweetness translates to you as a nuttiness. So I should have said nuttiness.
Yeah, it's not really nutty, though. It's very much just, like, kind of generally sweet and nondescript.
It's generally not sweet,
with a good long finish from the oak.
I do like the finish. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, the way the oak comes in on the finish for $20, like, great. It's like, excellent. Yeah. Good job, Jim Beam. Make more of this.
Also, I think I just get stuff up my nose when I drink whiskey because I'm trying to drink it right. Like, I'm thinking about it too much, you know?
It's like when you're breathing and then you become conscious of the fact that you're breathing.
And then you're like...
So then you try to, like, yeah. You're like, how do I even do this? Why does this work so automatically?
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.